The crew and I spent the next few days securing the ships and building defenses. Can never be too careful. We caught and cured fish for the journey inland. Arie prepped more herbs for medicines. Loki sharpened weapons. And Bashara took charge of patrols. Torric lent his strength where it was needed and continued repairs on the Serpent's Fury. On the last night on the beach, as everyone was eating, I asked one more time, "If anyone does not want to travel to the Great Library with me, you are not obligated to go. In fact, if you have other places to be, feel free and take a ship, and may the gods guide you on your journey. Those who do not wish to journey into the woods are welcome to stay here and guard the ships. So I ask, who will be going with me?" Torric leans forward at her words, his gaze steady. He seemed to do better by the day. The fog that would occasionally fall upon his mind almost completely lifted.
"Astrid, and many would see me as nothing but a brute. But I am more read than many, and I value knowledge above gold. But I worry about our tactics."
He gestures to the defenses and the woods outside them.
"You told me that you wish to use the diplomatic approach. I agree. Force will be counterproductive here. But we are still acting as an invading force. We need to make our presence known. Also, I've never known an elf of Vandor to share knowledge freely, much less provide access to the library. Do we bring anything to barter? Anything to offer as a gift in exchange for knowledge?"
"I see your point, Torric, and I welcome your guidance. As you witnessed yourself, dragons are on the loose. As for the natives who may jump to conclusions about our intentions, how do you suggest we proceed?" Torric sits back slowly, stroking his beard thoughtfully as he speaks.
"We face several obstacles in dealing with Vandor. This will be tricky. First, I believe we should make contact with the kingdom in a non-threatening way. Send a small group, 1 or 2 people under a white flag, to announce our presence and to ask to negotiate or speak. They should make it clear that we are not here for violence, but are not weak either. Second, do we have anything to trade? An artifact, resources, services? If not, things become even more difficult."
He turns back to Astrid suddenly.
"You told me of these twin kings. Do you know if they were able to land on Drek and capture a foothold for us? Have you heard from them? More importantly, do you have the authority to negotiate on their behalf?"
"I have sent a raven. It will reach them in a few more days.
Farn has looked to me as his advisor, but he never said what authority, if any, I have among the guild. I do not know if they have secured anything on Drek yet." Then we are left to our own devices and resources to trade. Do we have anything that we can offer to Vandor? Anything they would want?"
"I agree. We need only send a small party into the woods, see if we find anyone. But for now, we should rest. We shall see what tomorrow will hold." "Torric, we have our strength, ships, and a vast knowledge of our own. We can offer protection, transportation, and knowledge. As for goods to barter, we have very little, save for some items we have taken during raids prior to the mist. Astrid and Torric, may I have a word? I will be joining you on this trek for knowledge, for I feel you may need my services. I have a feel from the earth here upon this land. It is not fierce, nor afraid, but weary. I don't know that we are being watched by a being per se, but potentially by the land itself. I need to be with you to get a feel as we get closer to your goal. The animals here are not terrified, but they too are weary of our presence and of upcoming events." I pulled the mouse from my ever-present pocket on my right hip that stowed aboard from Torric's ship, and he looked at me and begged me to tell his story to Torric and Astrid. "I will tell them in due time. Now is not the time. We must rest." Torric and Astrid agreed it was time for sleep. They also agreed that I should accompany them because they too had an odd feeling about the land we were to explore. I did remind them of my cloak given to me by the Fae, and that cloak could buy us some good tidings with these people.